Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to another uplifting episode of Energize Your Passion. I'm your host, Sunshine, and today we're diving into a topic that's as challenging as it is essential for our mental well being, ending a long term friendship due to mental stress. Friendships are supposed to be our safe haven, our sources of joy and support. But what happens when a friendship turns toxic, draining our energy and weighing heavily on our minds? How do we recognize the signs? And more importantly, how do we find the courage to let go? Join me as we explore this emotional journey together. We'll share stories, insights, and practical advice on navigating this difficult path with grace and strength. You know the drill. Grab your favorite beverage, get cozy, and let's embark on this journey of healing and self discovery. Recognizing the signs. Let's start at the beginning. How do we know when a friendship has become toxic? It's not always obvious, especially when you have years of shared memories and deep emotional ties. But there are signs, subtle at first, that tells us something isn't right. Think about those moments when you feel drained after spending time with a friend or when you find yourself dreading their calls. Maybe it's the constant criticism disguised as tough love, of the feeling of walking on eggshells just to avoid setting off their temper. These are red flags that the friendship is causing more harm than good. One story that comes to mind is from a listener. We'll call her Pam. Pam had been friends with Belinda since high school. Over the years, Belinda's behavior became increasingly erratic and demanding. Pam felt obligated to support Belinda through every crisis, but it was never enough. The stress took a toll on Pam's mental health, affecting her sleep and overall happiness. Recognizing these signs was the first step towards Pam's liberation. It's important to listen to your intuition. If a friendship feels more like a burden than a blessing, it's time to take a closer look. Your mental health is precious, and no relationship is worth sacrificing. To be transparent and get personal here, I have a 30-year friendship that took a hit during the pandemic for multiple reasons, which I will not elaborate on the detail. But it was one of the hardest things I had to go through, and even today it still hits my heart because I had no choice but to choose myself. I'm holding out that one day we can get back to a healthy friendship. Sometimes it's those long term friendships that are the hardest to let go of. We invest so much of ourselves in these relationships that the ideal of ending them feels almost like losing a part of ourselves. Yet, it's crucial to recognize when a friendship has turned into a source of constant stress rather than support. Let's dive deeper into what these signs can look like. In our daily lives, it's more than just feeling tired after hanging out. It's an emotional drain that lingers longer after you've said goodbye. You might start to notice a pattern where your energy levels dip and your mood takes a hit whenever you're around this person. Another important sign is how you feel about yourself when you're with them. Do you feel belittled, unimportant, constantly criticized? Healthy friendships should lift you up, not tear you down. If you find yourself doubting your self worth because of how a friend treats you, that's a major red flag. Pam's experience is unfortunately all too common. Initially, she brushed off Belinda's erratic behavior, attributing it to stress or personal issues. However, as the year went by, it became clear that Belinda's crisis was a constant drain on Pam's emotional resources. Pam would often feel anxious before meeting Belinda, wondering what new drama would unfold. This anxiety seeped into other areas of her life, impacting her work and personal relationships. It's also worth mentioning the concept of reciprocity in friendships. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual give and take. If you find that the friendship is always one sided, where you're constantly giving and never receiving, it's a sign that something is amiss. You shouldn't feel like you're carrying the entire weight of the relationship on your shoulders. Reflecting on my own experience with my 30-year friendship, it was an incredibly tough period during the pandemic. I realized my friend had always been who they were, but I had always made concessions and excuses for the behavior. But the unique stressors of the pandemic exacerbated the underlying issues. The emotional toll was heavy. I found myself constantly feeling stressed after our interactions and questioning my decisions and self worth. The hardest part was acknowledging that despite our long history, I needed to choose myself. That realization didn't come easy, and even today is something that weighs on my heart. I'm hopeful that with time and healing, we might find a way back to a healthier friendship. But for now, I had to prioritize my own mental health and well being. In recognizing these signs, it's important to be gentle with yourself. Ending a friendship doesn't erase the good times or the positive memories. It's about making a choice that honors your well being. To everyone listening, remember this: it's okay to outgrow friendships, it's okay to prioritize your mental health, and it's definitely okay to choose yourself, even when it's hard. This is your life, and your happiness and peace of mind should come first. So take a moment and reflect on your friendships. Are there any that leaves you feeling more drained than uplifted? Listen to that inner voice. It's there to guide you towards what's best for your well-being. Stay tuned as we move into our next segment, where we'll discuss reaching the breaking point and how to handle it with grace and strength. Now let's talk about the breaking point. This is the moment when everything becomes crystal clear and you realize that something has to change. It can be a painful and shocking revelation, but it's also a moment of profound clarity. For many people, the breaking point comes during a confrontation or a particularly hurtful incident. For others, it might be a gradual accumulation of stress that finally becomes unbearable. Another listener, Mike, shared his breaking point with us. Mike had been friends with Tony for over a decade. They shared countless memories and supported each other through thick and thin. But Tony's constant negativity and criticism began to weigh heavily on Mike. The breaking point came during a heated argument when Tony lashed out, saying things that cut deeply. Mike realized the friendship was causing him more pain than happiness, and he knew it was time to let go. Reaching this point is both heartbreaking and liberating. It's the moment when you acknowledge that your well being must come first. It's okay to put yourself first, even if it means ending a long term friendship. Let's dive deeper into this concept of the breaking point. This is not just a random moment. It's the culmination of countless smaller moments where your needs and boundaries were disregarded. It's when you've been stretched to your limit and you simply cannot endure the emotional strain any longer. For some, this moment comes with a dramatic incident like Mike's story. Mike had always been the peacemaker, the one who tried to smooth things over and avoid conflict. But during this heated argument, when Tony hurled those hurtful words, something inside Mike snapped. It was as if a switch had been flipped, and he saw clearly for the first time how toxic the friendship had become. Others might experience a more gradual realization. Imagine waking up one day and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread at the thought of seeing your friend. The small criticisms, the constant demands, the emotional exhaustion. Whew, everything adds up until you can't ignore it anymore. You might find yourself in tears or maybe just feel numb. Either way, it's your mind and body telling you that enough is enough. I want to share another story, this time from a listener named Maria. Maria's breaking point came quickly. She had been friends with Lisa for years, always supporting her through various ups and downs. But Lisa's behavior had become increasingly erratic and manipulative. One day after a particularly draining phone call, Maria sat down and realized she couldn't do it anymore. There was no dramatic confrontation, just a profound sense of clarity that she needed to end the friendship for her own well being. The breaking point often brings a whirlwind of emotions: relief, guilt, sadness, and even fear. It's a moment of liberation, but also a moment of intense vulnerability. You might question your decision, wondering if you're overreacting or if things could get better if you just tried harder. These doubts are normal, but it's crucial to trust your feelings. It's also important to acknowledge the grief that comes with this decision. You're not just losing a friend, you're losing the dreams and the hopes you had for that friendship. You're letting go of shared plans and future memories. It's okay to mourn this loss. Allow yourself to feel the sadness and give yourself the time to heal. I remember when I hit my breaking point with a close friend. It was after yet another conversation where I felt belittled and unsupported. I found myself crying uncontrollably, not just because of the latest incident, but because of the accumulation of pain over the years. That was my moment of clarity. I knew I had to let go, not just for my sanity, but for my health. It was one of the hardest decisions I ever made, but also one of the most necessary. Taking action, the courage to let go. Once you've reached the breaking point, the next step is taking action. This is where courage comes into play. Ending a long term friendship is daunting. You might worry about the fallout, how mutual friends will react, or how you'll feel the void left by this person. But remember, your well being is paramount. Start by setting clear boundaries. You don't necessarily have to have a dramatic confrontation. Sometimes a calm and honest conversation can suffice. Explain your feelings and why you need to step back. If a conversation is impossible or feels too difficult, a thoughtful letter or message can also work. A listener named David shared his approach. After reaching his breaking point with a toxic friend, David wrote a heartfelt letter. He explained how the friendship had affected him and why he needed to distance himself. Writing the letter was therapeutic for David, allowing him to express his feelings without interruption or confrontation. It also provided a clear explanation for his decision, which helped him find closure. It's also essential to prepare for the aftermath. Your friend might react with anger, denial, or attempt to guilt trip you. Stand firm in your decision. Remind yourself why you've made this choice and focus on your mental health. Seek support from other friends, family, or a therapist to help you navigate this transition. Focusing on self care and healing. After you've taken the step to end the friendship, it's time to focus on healing. This is the period where self care becomes crucial. Engage in activities that bring you joy and peace. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who respect your boundaries and uplift you. Take time to reconnect with yourself. Reflect on what you've learned from this experience and how it shaped you. It's an opportunity for personal growth and self discovery. Embrace the freedom that comes with the letting go of a toxic relationship and use it to cultivate a healthier, more fulfilling life. Another listener, Karen, found solace in nature. After ending a draining friendship, she took up hiking and spent more time outdoors. The physical activity and the beauty of nature helped her process her emotions and find a sense of peace. Karen also joined a local book club, which introduced her to new positive connections and rekindled her love for reading. Healing isn't a linear process. There will be days when you miss your friend or doubt your decision. That's okay. Be patient with yourself and allow yourself to feel those emotions without judgment. Over time, the pain will lessen and you will start to see the positive changes in your life. Embracing new beginnings. Ending a long term friendship can feel like closing a significant chapter of your life, but it's also the beginning of a new one. Embrace this new chapter with an open heart. Use the lessons you've learned to build healthier, more supportive relationships. This is a chance to redefine your social circle and ensure the people you surround yourself with are those who bring out the best in you. Seek out friends who share your values, respect your boundaries, and offer mutual support. Remember, every ending is a new beginning. As you let go of the old, you make space for the new. Trust that this journey, as challenging as it may be, is leading you towards a happier, healthier future. In summary, the breaking point is a pivotal moment of clarity and strength. It's the first step towards reclaiming your mental health and well being. It's okay to prioritize yourself, to set boundaries, and to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. Your mental health is worth it. Thank you for joining me today on Energize Your Passion. I hope this segment has given you some insight and encouragement. Stay tuned for the next segment where we'll discuss embracing change and the journey to healing. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. Take care of yourselves and let's keep moving forward together. Embracing change. Once you've reached the breaking point, the next step is embracing change. This is where the real journey begins, and it requires courage, resilience, and a lot of self compassion. Breaking free from a toxic friendship isn't easy. You're likely to feel a mix of emotions: relief, sadness, guilt, and even fear of the unknown. It's important to allow yourself to feel these emotions without judgment. They are a natural part of the healing process. One thing that can help is focusing on self care and personal growth. Rediscover the things that bring you joy and peace. Spend time with supportive friends and family who uplift you. Engage in activities that nourish your soul, whether it's reading, hiking, painting, or simply enjoying quiet moments of reflection. Let's hear from another listener, Lisa. After ending a toxic friendship, Lisa found solace in journaling. She wrote about her feelings and experiences, which helped her process the pain and move forward. She also started practicing mindfulness and meditation, which brought her a sense of inner peace and clarity. Remember, this is your time to heal and grow. Embrace the change with an open heart and trust that it's leading you towards a healthier, happier life. Segment 4, Finding Closure. As you navigate this journey, finding closure is essential. Closure doesn't mean erasing the past or forgetting the good times. It's about acknowledging what was, understanding why it ended, and making peace with it. Closure can be different for everyone. For some, it might mean having one final conversation with the friend to explain your feelings and why you need to move on. For others, it might mean writing a letter that you never sent or simply reflecting on the friendship and the lessons it taught you. Let's listen to Emma's story. Emma ended a long term friendship that had become toxic and draining. To find closure, she wrote a heartfelt letter to her friend, expressing her gratitude for the good times and explaining why she needed to end the relationship. She never sent the letter, but writing it helped her process the emotions and find peace. Finding closure is a personal journey. Do what feels right for you and give yourself the time and space to heal. It's a crucial step towards moving forward and opening your heart to new, healthier connections. The power of self preservation. We've come a long way in this journey, and it's time to talk about the power of self preservation. Ending a long term friendship due to mental stress is an act of self love and self respect. It's about recognizing your worth and prioritizing your well being. Self preservation isn't selfish, it's essential. By taking care of yourself, you're better equipped to be there for others and live a fulfilling, joyful life. It's about setting healthy boundaries and surrounding yourself with people who uplift and support you. One of our listeners, David, shared his experience after ending a toxic friendship. David focused on building a support system of positive, like minded individuals. He joined a local hiking group and reconnected with old friends who shared his interests. This new community brought him immense joy and a sense of belonging. Remember, you deserve to be happy and mentally healthy. Don't be afraid to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. Embrace the power of self preservation and watch as your life transforms for the better. We've covered a lot of ground today, and I hope this episode has brought you some clarity and comfort. Let's summarize the key points. Number one, remember the signs of a toxic friendship and listen to your intuition. Number two, understand that reaching the breaking point is a moment of clarity and an opportunity for change. Number three, embrace the journey of healing and personal growth with self care and resilience. Number four, find closure in a way that feels right for you, honoring the past while looking forward to the future. Number five, prioritize self preservation and surround yourself with positive, supportive people. Ending a long term friendship due to mental stress is never easy. It's about a courageous step towards a healthier, happier life. I encourage you to reflect on your own friendships and take the steps needed to protect your mental well being. Welcome to Paradise. In this segment, we call Travel with Sunshine. And this week, We're embarking on an exhilarating journey to one of the most breathtaking destinations on earth, Pensacola Beach, Florida. Nestled along the dazzling shores of the Gulf of Mexico, Pensacola Beach is a slice of heaven where azure waters meet powdery white sands, and every sunset paints the sky with hues of gold and crimson. So buckle up and get ready for an unforgettable adventure as we dive into the wonders of this coastal gem. Before I get into the wonders of the coastal oasis, I had the pleasure to visit Pensacola Beach twice in my life. Once as a college student with a group of friends, and a couple of years ago to visit a friend for a girls' weekend. I love everything about Pensacola Beach, and once you hear the details and the wonders, you will too. As you step foot onto Pensacola Beach, prepare to be mesmerized by its natural beauty. Picture perfect beaches stretch as far as the eye can see, inviting you to sink your toes into the soft, sugar white sand. The gentle breeze carries the salty scent of the ocean, while the rhythmic sound of waves crashing around the shores soothes your soul. Whether you're a sun seeker looking to bask in the warmth or an adventurer craving thrilling water sports, Pensacola Beach has something for everyone. First off, the iconic Pensacola Beach Pier, stretching 1,471 feet into the Gulf of Mexico. This legendary pier offers panoramic views that will leave you speechless. Stroll along its wooden planks, feel the sea breeze on your skin, and watch as fishermen rear in their catch of the day. As the sun sets on the horizon, the pier transforms into a romantic spot where you can steal a moment with your loved one or simply marvel at the beauty of nature. Next up, let's explore historic Fort Pickens. Built in the early 19th century, this fortress stands as a testament to Pensacola's rich maritime history. Wander through its imposing brick walls, explore its underground tunnels, and imagine the stories of the soldiers who once guarded these shores. From the top of the fort, you'll be treated to breathtaking views of the Gulf Coast, making it the perfect spot for a memorable photo. No visit to Pensacola Beach would be complete without a visit to the iconic Pensacola Beach Ball Tower. This vibrant, multicolored tower stands tall against the backdrop of the beach, serving as a beacon of fun and excitement. Climb to the top for a bird's eye view of the coastline, or simply admire its whimsical design from below. It's the perfect symbol of Pensacola Beach, playful spirit and vibrant atmosphere. Now let's dive into the heart and soul of Pensacola Beach, its food scene. Known for its fresh seafood and southern hospitality, Pensacola Beach offers a culinary adventure like no other. Start your day with a hearty breakfast at the Ruby Slipper Cafe, where you can indulge in a mouth-watering dish like egg canonge and banana foster pain Purdue. With its cozy atmosphere and friendly service, this charming cafe is the perfect place to fuel up for a day of exploring. For lunch, head to Peg Leg Pete's, a local favorite known for its laid-back vibe and delicious seafood. Situated right on the beach, its colorful restaurant serves up everything from oysters and shrimp to crab legs and fish tacos. Be sure to try the famous grouper sandwich, a true taste of Pensacola Beach culinary heritage. As the evening falls, treat yourself to a fine dining experience at the Grand Marlin. With its elegant decor and stunning waterfront views, this upscale restaurant offers a menu of fresh seafood, steaks, and decadent desserts. Indulge in dishes like grilled Gulf red snapper and bacon wrapped scallops, paired with a glass of wine from their extensive list. However, me and my girlfriend opted for a meal at Crabs on the Beach, a casual, lively dining spot that sits right on the beach. We started with margaritas, fried calamari, and wild shrimp and spinach dip with chips. It was way too much food for the two of us, but we didn't stop there. We ordered a combination basket that had beer battered Gulf shrimp, lightly fried fish fillets, coconut shrimp that came with coleslaw fries and their homemade honey buns. And we also ordered a blackened salmon with asparagus, fries, and stuffed seafood crab, and it came with pineapple salsa. I can truly tell you the food was fresh and cooked to perfection and beyond anything I have ever tasted. It was the perfect way to end a day of adventure and relaxation in Pensacola Beach. In conclusion, Pensacola Beach, Florida is a destination like no other. From its pristine beaches and historic landmarks to its vibrant food scene, every moment spent here is a feast for the senses. So whether you're seeking adventure, relaxation, or simply a taste of paradise, Pensacola Beach has it all. Pack your bags and let the adventure begin. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with others who might benefit from it. Let's spread positive energy and support each other on this journey of self discovery and healing. Don't forget to subscribe to Energize Your Passion for more inspiring episodes. If you have a story or experience you'd like to share, reach out to us on social media or through our website. We love hearing from you. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep shining, beautiful souls. This is Sunshine, signing off.